What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. And today I'm gonna be talking about game, right? I'm gonna be talking about women. It's something I never talk about, but tonight I'm gonna talk about it. I'm just kidding. With that being said, like the video, comment below what you think about the video, subscribe if you're new, all that stuff, yada yada yada. Let's get into it. So, when it comes to women, right? A lot of dudes, we go to school. I mean, for some of us, the small majority of us, we already know what to do with girls. Because those are the dudes that are raised with their dads or like with men in their life. They understand what to do to get girls. But then for all the other dudes, they have a problem getting girls because they didn't have any men in their life to teach them about girls, and no one really wants to teach them, right? So they have to like figure it out on themselves, and they make a lot of mistakes, and they get a lot of frustration, right? So they built up this hatred towards women, and because, you know, like, they're hurting them, like, they're getting hurt. So I'm just gonna explain those little rules. I'm basically gonna say what happened to me and patterns that I noticed, because that happened to other dudes that were similar to mine, right? So basically, the first like, there's something called, all right, so we go to school, right? We go to school, and there's girls in our class that we have a crush on, and we have no idea what to do to get them, right? So we go home and we look up, how do I make this girl my girlfriend? How do I talk to a kid in the girl in school? And guess what happens? We learn about PUA, right? We learn about being a pickup artist. We learn about I don't know that pickup shit. But we learn about that shit, right? We learn about one-nightists and red pill and all that shit, and we just figure that stuff, and then we realize, okay, this is all I gotta do is that. And the thing is, with pickup artists, I made a video called "Why I Don't Like Pickup Artists," right? And basically in that video, I was explaining how pickup artists is very like robotic. It's very, it's very non-personal. Like when it comes to intimacy and sex and relationships, that's a very human thing. It's not even a human thing. It's a very biological thing, right? It's more about biology than it is about intellectualism, right? About logic. So it's more about feeling rather than thinking. And what pickup artist does is it turns the whole thing into thinking about instead of feeling. Like, oh, if you do this, then this. If you do this, then this. And it doesn't explain really, like, because there's honestly no right way to do anything, except not being like so aggressive that you like hurt the bitch or traumatize her or whatever. But there's not really a right way to getting women. You feel me? Because the thing is like, I've talked to girls and smashed them the first day I met them, and then I've talked to girls and didn't smash them the first day I met. It took like a little while, right? And the thing is like, there's a lot of inconsistencies. You feel me? Like, there's so many inconsistencies when it comes to dating women. So putting into like a formula, like a step-by-step, isn't really like ideal, because you're basically taking out the whole, because there's a spiritual aspect to it too, but I'm not gonna get into that. But you're basically taking the spiritual and organicness out of it. You feel me? Like, you're just making it into like a system, and that's not like, if you're with your wife, is it a system? If you're having sex, is it a system? Like, nah, you're animals. You're doing, like, sex is where you let your animal side out. It's like, you're Hercules, and then her wild goddess, her Ariel, right? You just let out your animal side. And what happens is when you let out that animal side, that's literally what it is. It's literally your animal side, right? So so you're letting out your animal side, right? What happens with pickup artists is that they give you all these steps, they give you all these stories, they give you all these scientific terms. Like, it is helpful because it teaches you about psychology, right? Like, you learn psychology when it comes to game, like when it comes to pickup and shit. But the thing is, you turn into a nerd. And girls don't like nerds, right? That's the one type of person that girls do not like. Girls don't like nerds. And I feel like pickup, because there was this one dude that I saw, he was doing pickup artist shit, and I already knew, because I saw him, I saw myself in him, and I didn't like it. I thought it was ugly. And that's when I realized, oh, you know what? I can't fuck with this pickup artist shit. That shit is lame, right? So I stopped fucking with it. And I realized that I didn't like that stuff. So I wanted to do more, a better approach. Hold on. You basically take away the whole spiritual and biological aspect of game, right? And it makes it very robotic. So that's why I didn't really like pickup artists. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a time I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm a, because the thing is, it was like cool, right? They made it seem like kind of cool. But then when you grow up, you realize, okay, this isn't actually cool. This is just a bunch of nerds, right? Now the pickup artist dudes are just nerds that they're like explaining like neurolinguistics or some shit. I don't know. Like NLP, right? Like touching girls and using all these terms so that dudes can understand what the hell the real pimps and the players are doing, right? Because the thing, like, I mean, I have no problem with the term alpha male because I understand that shit is there is truth to alpha male, right? Because there's dudes that are beta, there's dudes that suck and that girls don't like. You feel me? And I feel like it was mainly beta males that were turning, like, you know, doing all the pickup artist shit, right? So basically, you go from not knowing anything about girls, you want a girl in your class, and you want her to notice you, or like some girl in school to notice you, right? So you just go and you just start, you know, talking to her or whatever because of what you learn in pickup artist shit. You start doing all that pickup artist shit, and then you find out it don't work. So then guess what? You're just like, damn, that shit didn't work. So what do I do next? Then you go to college and shit, and then you that's when you're more free, right? You're doing more free in college, so you're able to just like. Not even college, like even if you're just like in your 20s, right? In your like early 20s, you're just like talking to a whole bunch of different girls. You feel me? Like you're able, like you have more confidence and you're not as scared to go up to different girls. So you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna go up to different girls. You kind of forget all that pickup artist shit and you just start understanding like what works, right? And then you start going on dates, right? Because you go from learning stuff from You go from learning stuff from learning stuff. Why is everything distracting? So you go from learning stuff to implementing it, right? And then using it on girls in college, and then you start going on dates with them, and then you realize a lot of girls will flake on you, right? Because I feel like all the dudes that have problems with girls, you're gonna get like they get flaked on, right? Because the thing is, I've seen it, like, because I won't lie, I got flaked on before. I got flaked on yesterday, right? Because that's what girls do. Girls will do that but I got flaked on out of like I got flaked on out of spite, right? Because girls trying to get revenge on me. But you know, like when you start getting flakes, you start getting motivated to not want to get flakes no more, right? So then you start realizing, okay, you know what? Girls aren't gonna like me for me. Girls are gonna like me because I have stuff. You feel me? You start realizing that, and then that's when you start implementing it, and you're just like, okay, you start building yourself. You start building yourself better, and then you kind of take a break from the girls for a while. And you just focus on you. Like right now in my life, it's funny because when I was living at my mom's crib, it was easy. I don't know why I was smashing with way more girls when I was at my mom's crib than I am like since I moved out and shit. But I realized it's because like my higher self wants me to just focus on work, right? My higher self doesn't want me to focus on girls no more. My higher self doesn't want me falling into drugs and girls and partying and shit and doing all that stuff. My higher self wants me to get out of my situation and get better for myself. You feel me? And it just wants me to, because the thing is like now I'm like doing everything for me. So the girls are just a distraction. So you start getting into that mode of, okay, I need to build. So you kind of step away from girls for a little bit. And then, sometimes you just want to get back. You just want to get back into it. So you're just like, all right, I'm back into it with the girls. I'm back into it with the females. You feel me? It's just how it is. But yeah, but then you take all those experiences, right? You take all those experiences that you have of getting rejected, like trying to get at her, and her being like, no. Because it's like football, right? Like talking to girls is just like football. You're trying to get to the end zone, but they're trying to block you. That's what the game is. It's a game, it's a sport. First base, second base, third base, all that stuff. But yeah, eventually you find something that works, or you just get so frustrated with dealing with girls that you're just like, you know what, this is not worth it. I'm just going to have a girlfriend and then have a reliable sex, you know, and you're just like satisfied with that. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens. So those are, and then but then you find, you know, what you're doing is working for you because you find a girl that likes you. But yeah, I'm ending here. It's pretty much what steps that you're gonna take when you're talking to girls or whatever. Figure out your game. If you want to learn more about games, subscribe to the channel because I drop more stuff every day. Talking about women and all that stuff, yada yada yada. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and if you have any questions, I'll answer in another video. So ask me a question on Instagram at Torius @6interviews, and just DM me a question, I'll answer it in the video. And comment what you think. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.